a service of CNC Worldwide.
The Daily is a service of CNC News brought to you by the Greece Chamber of Commerce, providing more than 800 area companies with business solutions since 1984. I'm Bud Lowell, your full AccuWeather forecast right across the top of all your CNC local news pages. Rochester Police Chief Jim Shepard said Friday morning more community cooperation has led to reductions in crime this year. The chief and Mayor Tom Richards released the city's 6-month crime stats report. The chief said Part 1 serious crimes such as murder and armed robbery were actually down by 8.7% in the first half of this year. Prior to that string of shootings in July, homicides were down by nearly 24%, and there were no domestic homicides. From January through June, Chief Shepard said 12 of 19 homicides have been cleared by arrest and more than 400 illegal guns have been taken off city streets. But the chief said illegal guns still plague Rochester neighborhoods. As this is being recorded, the news conference is still going on, but the chief said by tweet that there's been a 16% increase in gang-involved shootings so far this year. The majority of those have been non-fatal, but the chief said they are often caused by retaliation for an earlier dispute. The Rochester Police Department is using a grant from the U.S. Justice Department to combat them. The company that provides ambulance service for the city of Rochester may be looking at bankruptcy. According to the Wall Street Journal, Rural Metro Ambulance missed an interest payment on its bonds and may default. The Arizona-based company reportedly faces declining revenues for its ambulance runs. Rural Metro provides ambulance service for East Rochester as well as the city, and it also backs up the suburban ambulance corps as needed. It is the nation's largest ambulance operator. A company spokesman said by email that current operations will not be affected. The New York Public Interest Research Group lists Unity and Rochester General Hospitals among 9 in the state it says are conflicting with patients' visitation rights. NYPIRG said Unity and RGH indicate on their websites that visitors to intensive or special care units are limited to family or significant others. It said that conflicts with federal and New York State regulations which allow patients to choose their visitors. Unity Hospital responded with a statement saying they have always been flexible in supporting the needs of each individual patient and have revised their website to more clearly reflect this. In Fairport Friday night, they'll hold the annual Angel Walk, remembering the 5 teenagers killed in a car crash 6 years ago. All 5 had just graduated from Fairport High School and were on a weekend getaway when they hit a truck in East Bloomfield. Bailey Goodman, Meredith McClure, Katie Shirley, Sarah Monat, and Hannah Congdon are remembered annually with a gathering and a walk from Kennelly Park. It raises money for the Joey Fund, which assists families that are going through hard times. Fire investigators are looking at the cause of a suspicious fire in an abandoned warehouse on Rochester's west side. It was called in about 1 Friday morning on Shearer Street. That's in an industrial area off Maple Street. The fire department found flames and smoke through the building, and investigators said there have been several past fires at this location. A judge has dismissed the city of Rochester's motion to throw out the legal challenge against its red light camera program. The suit against the city, brought by attorney Lawrence Krieger, will go to court on September 11th. Krieger sued after he got one of those automatically generated tickets in the mail. Krieger and his attorney, Michael Steinberg, charged the red light cameras violate the Fifth Amendment right to due process since they impose a quasi-criminal traffic fine. They also argue the machine-issued tickets are unconstitutional because they put the burden of proof on the car owner, not the actual driver, and because the car owner never gets to face his accuser. Finally, Steinberg said the city's interest is not traffic safety. He said this is more about generating $4 million a year for the city budget. The city argued that Krieger should have gone through the administrative appeals process and also that there is no constitutional issue here, but Judge Scott Odorizzi rejected both of those arguments. Kodak has completed the arrangements for the $695 million finance package it needs to get out of bankruptcy. Kodak said Thursday it has completed the syndication of the package, which includes both new loans and refinancing of the existing loans. A syndicated loan is one that is put together by a group of lenders structured by a group of banks known as arrangers. In Kodak's case, that would be J.P. Morgan, Barclays, and Bank of America Merrill Lynch. These arrangements need to be approved by the U.S. Bankruptcy Court. This package would give Kodak the capital to pay off its secured creditors and to run the company while it reorganizes after coming out of bankruptcy and tries to start earning money again. It is one more of the major steps Kodak needs to complete in order to get back to some sort of normal. The Senate Judiciary Committee voted unanimously to confirm a Honeoye Falls woman as a U.S. District Court judge for Western New York. Elizabeth Wolford is a Buffalo native who grew up in Fairport and practiced law in Rochester for 20 years. Senator Charles Schumer said her nomination now goes to the Senate floor. If approved, Wolford will be the first woman to serve as a federal judge in the Western New York region. To the left of the player window, you'll find links to these and other stories, including one about the possibility of a bumper crop of apples this year for upstate New York. At the bottom of the page are links you can use to post news and information directly to us. So the next news podcast is As It Happens. Updates are as necessary, and I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.